This is the dollar chart. Very, very important chart because, again, the markets have been struggling because the dollar's been going up so strongly. Now, you see I have a trend line back here, right? So if we go back here and I zoom out, I'm going to show you where that trend line comes from all the way back here. And what we can see here on the trend lines is that in general, again, in general, bear with me here, in general, what we've seen is that the markets have continued to kind of price in a dollar that was rallying recently, okay, but again, ran into resistance. Now we're starting to see a pullback right here, and I want to just zoom in on that period because I do think it's worth keeping an eye on. So if we zoom in on this, we can see that the dollar, okay, the last couple days, so this was where we hit, which was basically on Friday of last week. That's a doji, by the way. Dojis are generally reversal signals after a long move up. It's basically a tail at the top or a wick at the top, tail at the bottom, and a close in that middle portion. That's a beginning signal. It's not as powerful as a topping tail or a bottoming tail or a reversal engulfing candle, but it still can show you that there's a potential reversal taking place. And then we saw Monday a small pullback in the dollar, yesterday a massive pullback, and today we're seeing another drop in the dollar. When the dollar is falling right now, when the dollar goes down, markets generally want to go up. All right, it's that inverse relationship. Now, there will be a point in the future, further down the line, probably 3-6 months out, where a fall in the dollar when we get into a recession becomes a negative because people start to get so scared about the recession that a falling dollar just signals a worse and worse recession. That's not where we are right now. Right now, we're in this zone right here. Dollar weakness is market strength. Okay, so that's your little update on the US dollar. Now, where would the US dollar pull back to? Let's talk a little bit about that. Like, how low can the dollar fall in the near term? Well, for me to do that, basically what I'm going to do is go back to this chart here, which we were just on zoomed out on the DXY, bring up my trend line, and we're going to start from the same base point down here, and we're going to drag it to this low here. Okay, now what that does is it gives us a band to look for maybe a pullback to about 100.45 on the dollar in the near term. Again, if that does occur, it could be bullish for the markets in the near term.